So we're going to sit on our 2 blankets. This one is folded in half, lengthwise. We've got our bolster on 2 blocks. In front of the bolster's resting. I have it on the blanket actually, it could just be on the floor. If you like, you can slide it down. And then you sit your bum where the top blanket begins to taper, and you make sure that you're completely supported by the bolster and there's no gap or space. I'm bringing my sandbag over with me. Take your arms out to the sides, palms up. Lift each foot and then set it back down. Mine kind of outer splay a little bit. And you'll notice that by being a little more narrow under your spine, your torso is going to kind of drape over the 2 blankets. Make sure your head is supported. If you need to fold it under, you can, but hopefully it's long enough to keep your neck neutral. Mine works out just like that. Close your eyes. And just start slowing down the breath. Notice wherever you feel tightness, tension, resistance. And as you exhale, direct your exhale to those areas, to those feelings in your body. You're going to soften your jaw, relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And your next inhale, fill up in the middle of your rib cage, just below your sternum, between the chest plate. Make sure that area kind of lifts up and rises towards the ceiling as you inhale. And as you exhale, notice how your ribs kind of fall away from the midline of the body, almost draping over the blankets. Arms getting heavier, shoulders, elbows, forearms, back of the hands, sinking into the earth. And maybe as you inhale, the crown of your head gently kind of pulls away from the tailbone as you create a little space in the spine. And as you exhale, to everything to soften and let go, sink towards the earth. Continue just like that, noticing how long is your natural inhale and how long is your natural exhale. Your next inhale, inhale for a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, exhale for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 6 through the nose, finding length. Crown of the head away from the tailbone. Exhaling for 12, sinking everything melting to the earth. Inhaling for that same count of 6. Exhaling for 12. 4 more rounds, going at your own pace. Inhaling for 6. Exhaling for 12. Inhaling for 6. Exhaling for 12. Last 2 rounds, inhaling for 6. Exhaling for 12. Inhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let it all out your mouth. Find your natural, easy breath and just sort of notice. How's it feel? This time we'll do a breath called the 4-7-8 breath. You'll inhale for a count of 4, and then you'll pause for a count of 7, neither inhaling nor exhaling, and then you'll exhale for a count of 8, and you'll repeat that cycle. We'll do 6 rounds. Swallow to moisten your throat. Exhale the rest of your breath. Inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. Inhale for 4. Pause for 7. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Pause for 7. Exhale for 8. Inhale for 4. Pause for 7. Exhale for 8. Last round of breath. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale deeply. Let it all out the mouth. your toes, make circles with your ankles. And then maybe as you inhale, reach your arms up over your head. And just take a few breaths here, stretching, reaching, maybe gently pulling off to one side or the other. And then release your hands. If you have a sandbag on your hips, pull it off. And then slowly begin to bend the right knee, put the foot on the floor, bend the left knee, and then turn over to the right side or whatever your favorite side is. Off carefully and gently press yourself up. Ooh, my chest feels so open. Move your props to the side. Beautiful. Blocks kind of towards the front of the mat where you would need them. And let's start sitting comfortably, legs folded. As you inhale, reach up, get long. As you exhale, turn your torso to the right, left hand on the right knee, right hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, draw your chest up, shift the gaze up, get long through the middle. Exhale, look over that right shoulder. Press down with that right hand, with the left hand on the right knee. Maybe walk your fingers a little more to the right side of the mat behind you. And release this low back with a gentle twist. Make sure you take your left hand and kind of grab a hold of that right knee and gently press the right knee towards the earth. Release your right hand. Inhale, reach up, right palm up. And then as you exhale, take your torso to the left. So you're bringing this left shoulder over this left knee. And you're rooting the right hip down. Oh. And then play with looking up, looking forward. It's a little different stretch, looking down. Use that right knee to kind of press towards the earth to get this outside hip stretch. When you're ready, gently shift your gaze down towards the left knee and allow that top arm, right hand, to come down towards the left knee. As you inhale, let your torso come forward so your spine is long. Sway just a little left and right, stretch out the back. When you come back to the center, next inhale, draw the chest back, creating a nice stretch. And as you exhale, press your knees towards the earth. And then you can even allow your chin to go towards your chest if that feels good. You can sway your head left and right if that feels good. And as you inhale, slowly sit upright. Keep the connection with the arms. Wrap the forearms one more time, palms together. Allow your elbows to be about shoulder level. Take your elbows to the right and let your head go to the left. Ooh. Nice and slow. And then gently allow that head to come back up to neutral and elbows to come in front. As you inhale, allow the elbows to lift up, pressing the palms together, shifting your gaze up. Then as you exhale, squeezing the forearms together, allow the elbows to come towards the navel. Allow your chin to come towards your chest and begin to round in as you fold. Let your head hang a bit, pull your navel towards your spine, and come down as low as you like. Take a few long, slow breaths right here. Forward folding. If you want to release the hands, you can release the hands and reach forward. It's up to you. Take 3 more long, slow, deep breaths. Last breath right here. This time as you inhale, slowly come up, maybe even reach up. Get long, and as you exhale, turn your torso to the left this time. Right hand on the left knee, left hand on the floor behind you. As you inhale, draw the chest up, shift the gaze up as you get long through the torso. Then as you exhale, look over your left shoulder, drawing that left shoulder back, maybe pressing down with the right hand on the left knee. So with every inhale, we find the length, create some space, and with each exhale, we twist a little deeper. And then if you want to take your chin all the way looking behind you, whatever feels okay for your neck. Take a few long, slow, deep breaths right here. Last 2 breaths right here. Make sure you keep the connection of this right hand on this left knee. When you're ready, as you inhale, release the left hand, reach it up, palm up. And then as you exhale, lean your torso towards the right side. Reach the left hand towards the right side. The right shoulder kind of goes in the direction of that right knee. Feel this stretch. Root that left sit bone down. And you can start by looking down. If you want to keep your neck neutral, you can look forward. You can also look up. If you do look up, draw that left elbow back just a little bit so you can see up. Pull the navel towards the spine. Feel outside of that left hip. Tell it to relax. And then when you're ready, shift your gaze down to that right knee. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, let the top arm come to that right knee. Hold on to it, draw your torso in the middle. And then as you exhale, draw your torso back, holding on to the knees, creating a stretch between your shoulders. I like to sway in the beginning, just a little left and right, and then I find that sort of sweet spot. And you can let your chin go towards your chest and your head hang a bit. Pull the navel in towards the spine, slightly engaging your Mula Bandha. One more breath here. Next time as you inhale, slowly release your hands, but keep the wrap left on top of right. Bring the palms towards each other. Take a moment, take a breath. Elbows in line with the shoulders. And when you're ready, as you inhale, take your elbows to the left this time. And let your head gently tilt to the right. When you're ready, on the next inhale, allow that head to come back up, right to neutral, and elbows in front of you. This time as you inhale, pressing the palms together, the elbows come up, you shift the gaze up, you find a little length. And as you exhale, squeezing the forearms together, elbows come down, chin towards the chest, you begin to round and forward fold, pulling your navel towards your spine, feeling the stretch between the shoulders, the low back. You can stay just like this for a few breaths where you can release your hands and reach forward. And then on the next exhale, fold a little deeper. It's up to you. Last breath here. From here, on your next inhale, shift forward and come to a tabletop. Exhale into tabletop. Hands or shoulders width apart, knees or hips width apart. Start by swaying a little from left to right, kind of exploring your edges, and then begin to take it into hip circles. Pausing where you might need an extra moment, just noticing feelings in the muscles and the hips and the joints. You can do figure eights if you like. You want to add a little bit of a wrist stretch when you come forward, fingers spread wide. Allow your shoulders to come just past your fingertips. Next time you find yourself in a tabletop, pause there. As you inhale, find a cow pose, making a U with your spine as you draw your sternum up, press firmly out of the floor, look up, separate the sit bones, and then coming through tabletop, as you begin to exhale, you transition into cat pose, chin towards your chest, kind of separating the shoulders, pressing firmly out of the floor, adding whatever feels good. And then with your breath in your own time, do a few breaths of cat-cow flow. If you want to add a child's pose, you can take your hips towards your heels, bring your forearms down. You inhale, you bring the chest low, forward, and up. Exhaling to cat, whatever feels good. Do about 3 more breaths. Last full cycle of breath. And at the end of that exhale, find yourself in tabletop. This time as you inhale, extend your right hand, right thumb up, and extend your left leg, toe down, sole of the foot presses away. See if you can get your arm, torso, and foot in the same plane. I like to have the hand under the shoulder. Keep breathing. Pull the navel towards the spine. Inhale, extend the arm and foot. Exhale, bring that left knee towards that right elbow for a little crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. 4 more. Last 2. This time, inhale, extend, bend the left knee, reach back with the right hand, see if you can grab the foot. As you exhale, kick into the foot. I like to turn my right thigh, right thumb up, press firmly out of the left hand. Breathe. Last 2 breaths. And then gently release the foot. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, extend your left hand, left thumb up, and your right leg, right toes down. Take a few breaths right here. Reaching towards the front wall, pressing towards the back wall. Trying to keep arm, leg, torso in line. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. 4 more. Last 3. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend the arm and leg, bend the right leg back, reach back with that left hand. See if you can find the foot. Press out of the right hand, kick into the left hand. Draw the chest up, look down the bridge of the nose. Last one. Release the grip. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it down. Do a child's pose, knees wide, hips to heels. Reach your arms forward. And then fold. Last breath right here. And now your next inhale, come up to tabletop. Curl your toes, lift your hips, exhale into down dog. Hands or shoulders width apart, feet or hips width apart. Press your chest in the direction of your thighs. Draw your shoulders down your back. Heels in the direction of the earth. Feel free to pedal out your legs if that feels good. And when you're ready, as you inhale, allow that right leg to reach all the way up. Press firmly out of both hands. Bring that right shoulder down a little bit. Press the left heel down. Reach up through the ball of the right foot. Make circles with the ankle. Bend the knee, stack the hip. Take a few breaths right here. And then inhale, reach that right leg all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Press firmly out of both hands. Release the head. Reach through the ball of the left foot. Level out the shoulders, bring the left one down. Stack the hip, bend the knees. Make those circles if you prefer. Let it hang open for a few breaths right here. And then inhale, reach that left leg all the way up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, draw the right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Bring that left knee down. Place your blocks underneath your shoulders. Make sure the right knee is facing forward and it's in a right angle directly over that right heel. Knee and toes facing the same direction. If your knee's going too far forward, pick up the back knee and move it back a little bit more. You can have any height in the blocks, high, medium, or low. Pull your navel towards your spine. You can let your head hang a little bit, chin towards the chest, sinking your weight towards that right thigh. Just make sure to pull your navel back towards your spine to protect the low back. Maybe with every exhale, your torso gets a little heavier, sinks a little bit deeper. If your chin is towards your chest and your head is hanging, bring it back to neutral. As you inhale, shift your hip back, straightening that right leg, maybe flexing the foot. You can move your blocks if you like. And then as you exhale, kick your chest to the right to forward fold over that left leg, drawing that left hip back. You can either stay like this or you can inhale back the chest up, rotate the whole leg to the right, and then exhale, fold again over that right leg, drawing that right hip back, the quarter turn. Breathe into that IT. here. And when you're ready, as you inhale, draw the chest up, turn the toes back to facing the ceiling. Exhale, find your low lunge again. Hands under the shoulders, pick up the left knee. Inhale, take it back, shake it out. Exhale, bring it down. Second side, inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, bring it forward. Bring that right knee down. So again, you want to make sure that the left knee is directly over the heel. If it's too far forward, slide the back leg back more. Make sure the left knee and the toes are facing forward 12 o'clock. So maybe you'll want your blocks on high. I like them under the shoulders. Maybe you'll like them on medium. You decide. A nice deep inhale as your sternum draws up. And as you exhale, let your shoulders sink towards the earth. Pull the navel towards the spine. And let your torso lean kind of on your left thigh towards your left thigh. Every exhale, let the weight come forward and down a little more. You can even allow your chin to go towards your chest if that feels good. Let your head get heavy. Just make sure to pull your navel towards your spine. You might not need your blocks as much as you get lower. Melt a little deeper with every exhale. And if your chin is towards your chest, on your next inhale, bring it back to neutral. Exhale there. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, begin to shift your hips back as you straighten the left leg. Flex the foot. You can use blocks or not. Then as you exhale, bring your torso a little to the left to go directly over that right leg. To go directly over that left leg. Drawing the left hip back. Bringing your chin towards the shin, and maybe your nose. Rolling your head in at the end if you need to. Hip is high over the knee. If you want to bend the knee, you can put a bend in the knee. If you want to lower the hip, you can lower the hip. If you prefer to point, you can point. I like flexing. It's more to the back of the hamstring. Let's do about 3 more breaths right here. So you can either stay right here with a Ardha Hanuman half split, or after that third breath, you can inhale, draw the chest up, rotate the entire left leg to the left, and then exhale, fold right there, and that's pretty gnarly. Pause where you need to, and then maybe inhale, back it up. Maybe as you exhale, you can go a little deeper. Woo. Last 2 breaths. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, draw your chest up, rotate the toes straight up. Then as you exhale, come forward to that low lunge again. Curl your right toes. Make sure you place your hands under your shoulders. Pick up the right knee. Draw that left leg back on an inhale. On an exhale, bring it down. Take a few breaths right here. And then come to your knees in a tabletop, sit on your heels. And we're going to do that same sort of child's pose, but with our elbows on blocks to get a deeper stretch. So you can have your knees together, hips width. I like them a little bit wider than hips. Toes together, I like my knees wide. And then I come forward and I try to find the placement where I'm gonna place my blocks as I come down. And I like the blocks kind of wide, mat width also. And then once you feel steady, as you inhale, lengthen. And then as you exhale, see if you can let your torso kind of hang, elbows supported by the blocks, your head might hang, maybe your hips go to your heels, maybe your palms kind of gently fall towards the middle of your back. You can lower or raise the blocks. Maybe it's 2 blocks for you. Breathe into the back of your rib cage. As you inhale, imagine the back of your lungs reaching up between the ribs, finding space. And as you exhale, let your chest just kind of sink even more. Pull your navel towards your spine to squeeze out the breath. Last 2 breaths here. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, first begin to straighten your arms, coming up halfway, and then move your blocks off to the side. Reach your arms in front of you, and we're going to do it on a Hatha. So shift your hips up, maybe your knees are a little bit more together, and then you begin to bring maybe your chest down, maybe your chin. You're kind of bending in the upper back. And your knees, your hips are over your knees as well. So maybe your chest is on a bolster if you want to make it more restorative, but it comes towards the earth. This is melting heart pose. On your next exhale, just begin to kind of slither forward to your belly. Woo. Find a Sphinx pose. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders, your palms are down, your hands are shoulders width apart. Widen your feet, hips width or a little bit wider until you don't feel any tension in your low back. And as you inhale, press down with your forearms, draw your chest up, shoulders down your back. Imagine the crown of your head is reaching towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you can slowly kind of shift your gaze down. Maybe even let your head hang if that feels good to you, depending on what kind of a Sphinx pose you want. If you need it more restorative, you can put a rolled up blanket under your low rib cage. You can rest your forehead on a block or 2. Last 3 breaths right here. After that third breath, allow your elbows to come out to the sides as you lower yourself down. Maybe even make a little pillow with your hands, resting your head on the back of your hands, shifting out your hips a little left and right. And then slowly come back to your forearms. We're going to do a half frog. So for half frog, just bend your right leg so you see that foot. So maybe you stay right here. I like to take my left hand pointing towards that right corner, palm down. And then I reach up and back and see if I can bring that foot forward at all. If you can, either bring it to the sit bone or maybe even the outside of that right hip. As you press down with the right hand on the foot, you press the left hand into the mat and you draw your chest up. This is a half frog, Ardha Bakasana. And then gently and slowly begin to release that back foot. And then lower yourself down. Just take a moment to shake out your hips. Just to release any tension there. And then gently come back up to your Sphinx on your forearm. Bend the left leg. Allow that left foot to lift. Come towards the glute. I like to take my right middle finger and point it towards that left corner of the mat, drawing my hand to the left. And reach up and back. See if you can find the foot. I do Bakasana grip, which is putting my first finger between my big toe and the other four toes and pressing the top of my foot towards the outside of my left hip or towards my glute. You're pressing your right forearm down, you're drawing your chest up, half frog. This is a gnarly front quad stretch, low back stretch. Kind of nice on the shoulder. And nice and slowly, gently and carefully release the back foot. Lower yourself back down, shift your hips left and right. Shalabhasana. Extend your arms back towards your hips, palms down. As you inhale, lift your head, draw your chest up. Maybe even lift your palms up off the ground. Reach back towards your feet. Maybe even lift your feet. Exhale here, pulling your navel off the floor, chest up, reaching back, looking down the bridge of your nose. And exhale, slowly bring it down. Slide your hands under your shoulders, wiggling out your hips for a moment. And stopping in the center, inhale, drawing your chest up. Exhale, come to tabletop. And then find a child's pose. I like to shimmy a little left and right. Get all those last little stretches out and then finalize in the middle. When you're ready, begin to back your hands up as you lift your torso. Exhale, sitting on your heels. Beautiful. So now we're going to do this bridge pose where we lay our torso on the bolster. Take your two blocks And place them where your feet would go. For me, it's like 18 inches or so away from the bottom of the bolster. And then I'm going to put a blanket across the blocks. And then you're going to make sure your hips are on the bolster. Extend your feet so that the back of your ankles are supported by the blocks. And then as you slowly lay back, about the top of your shoulders are going to drape over the bolster. Your legs might widen a bit. Widen your arms out to the sides. Bridge pose. Your hips are on the bolster. Your shoulders are draping over the bolster. So my shoulders are not touching the floor. They're like 2 inches, maybe an inch above the floor. Everything's kind of hanging down. The back of my head is comfortably resting on the floor. Make sure your chin isn't jammed into your chest. Palm up. You want to sandbag across your hips. You can do that now. Stay here for a little bit. 5 minutes in this one. Play with the position of your arms that makes you feel the most open. I like mine up kind of high, not quite cactus arms, but kind of up and out to the sides. Soften your jaw, relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. While you slow down your breath, begin to kind of scan your body and just notice how you're feeling. Deepen your breath. And open and close your toes. And as you inhale, begin to bend that right inhale, begin to pick up the left foot and the left knee. Place the sole of the foot on the floor right there. You're going to gently roll off to whichever side is easier. Use the hand behind you to slide the bolster away so you can lay flat on your back. A moment with your knees bent, heels in line with your sit bones. Torso laying flat on the back, and just notice how you feel. Notice how it still feels a little lifted under the hips, across the middle of the chest. When you're ready, pick up your right foot and cross your right ankle over the left knee. On your next inhale, pick up the left foot and draw the left knee towards your body. Take your hands between the figure four, outside the left leg, clasp your fingers behind the thigh and then pull in. This is a upward facing pigeon. I use my right forearm to kind of press the middle of the right thigh away as I pull this left leg towards me. Feet flexed, shins parallel to the floor. Breathing. If it's too much, I kind of inhale, back it away. Exhale, pull it closer. Keeping the head on the floor, keeping the shoulders on the floor, keeping the hips on the floor. Next exhale, gently release that left leg, let the foot come to the floor. Pause there. And then bend the right knee, pull it in closer towards your body, straighten your left leg. And then gently guide that right knee towards the left side of the room, keeping your shoulders on the floor for a gentle twist. You want to prop that knee under a blanket or a block or something, you're welcome to do that. You want a deeper twist, look to the right, reach that right arm out. When you're ready, shift your gaze back up to the ceiling. As you inhale, roll back to your back. Exhale, straighten the right leg. And then go ahead and bend the right knee, place the right foot on the floor. Bend the left knee. Place that left ankle over the right knee. Take your left knee to the left. Take a moment here, then pick up your right foot as you inhale and draw the leg close to your chest. Left hand between the figure four, right hand to the outside. Clasp your fingers behind the right thigh. Pull in as you use your left forearm to press the middle of the left thigh away. See if you can keep your head on the floor, the shoulders plugged in, hips on the floor. One more long, slow, deep breath. As you get towards the end of the next exhale, gently release that right foot. Allow that right foot to come to the floor. Take a moment right here. Windshield your legs a little left and right. Go ahead and uncross that left foot. Straighten the right leg. Clasp your fingers around the left shin and pull that left leg in nice and snug. Make circles. Do whatever feels good. And use your right hand to gently guide that left knee towards the right side of the room. See if you can keep your shoulders on the floor. Maybe that left knee comes to a block or a bolster or a folded blanket. When you're ready, gently shift your gaze towards the ceiling. As you inhale, allow your back to come back flat. And as you exhale, go ahead and release your legs. Find a favorite Shavasana pose. If you want to do legs up the wall, you can do legs up the wall. If you want a sandbag, you can use a sandbag. A few moments right here. Get comfortable. Get more. Soften your jaw. Release your tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Today's quote says, "We're seeking wholeness, but not perfection." So notice the next time you see a wood floor, spend a moment looking at it, looking at what can be called the imperfections. Things like the knots, irregular grain, discoloration. And remember, these are imperfections. They're what give the floor its beauty, its characters. They're what make it real. And allow yourself to grow in wholeness, imperfections and all. you want to stay in Shavasana a little longer, stay where you're at. Otherwise, begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Maybe as you inhale, you reach up, you get long. Maybe even stretch and make circles with your wrists. And as you exhale, gently roll over to your favorite side, bending your knees and stacking your hips. Just take a moment right there. Eyes softly closed. Use your top arm to gently press yourself up to seated, allowing your chin to come towards your chest and your head to lift last. Whenever you get there, bring your hands to your heart center, eyes softly closed, and just take a moment to notice how you feel. Thank yourself for making the time for you today. Thank the universe. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me again. Namaste, everyone.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.